I transformed some of the most powerful champions from Legends of Runeterra into Hearthstone, and I tried to keep them as similar to their original version as possible while transforming them. And let's go straight to the first card, which is Gallo, a 7 mana 0/10 Paladin legendary. My attack is equal to my health. Each round, the first time a friendly minion takes damage, give your minions Wind Fury. I really like the first sentence, which is basically the more health Gallo has, the more attack he has. So if he would have, let's say, 10 health, he is a 7 mana 10/10. But if his health drops down to, let's say, 5 health, he will be a 7 mana 5/5. We don't have really a keyword to this, but in Runeterra there is a keyword where basically units attack with their health instead of their attack, but it wouldn't really make sense in Hearthstone, so the attack of this minion is equal to its health. But the second sentence is, each round the first time a friendly minion takes damage, give your minions Wind Fury. So the ideal situation when you are playing Gallo is you play him, you already have a wider board as a Paladin, which is not a big problem, to be honest, and you, let's say, attack with your Silver Hand Recruit, it dies, and your minions gain Wind Fury. So this is like a finisher card. We had a card which gives ejected minions Wind Fury, and it was like an aura effect, but this is a really strong effect for Paladin because, well, you play him and this is a finisher card because all of your minions gain Wind Fury. The legendaries or the champions that are here, it's their level 2 version. In Runeterra you have level 1 and level 2. You are playing those legendaries because of their level 2 version. So all of these are already level 2 versions. How good Gallo would be? I think it's like the 7 mana is really slow, but like a finisher card, it's strong. If I look at it, like you don't really play it because it's a 7 mana 10/10. You play it because of the effect of giving your minions Wind Fury and finishing your opponent as soon as possible, which with Paladin nowadays it's really easy to get a wide board. And now that I'm looking at it, I think that this card deserves 4 out of 5 stars. We would need to see how good this would be. Like the only downside is the huge mana cost for Paladin, where Paladin is really an aggressive deck, so this would be a strong finisher card. But yeah, I think we shouldn't really underestimate its power because you play for 7 mana and if you have minions on board you win the game because giving Wind Fury is like doubling the attacks of your minions, so that's really powerful. And also if you play him and let's say you don't kill your opponent and you play another minion, he gives Wind Fury again. Even if you summon a minion after Gallo uses his first time this effect, you can use the effect infinitely while Gallo is alive and your minions take damage. I think it deserves 4 out of 5 stars. Next, we have Harass, a 5 mana 4/7 legendary for warrior. Rush. When I kill an enemy minion, fully heal me and restore 2 health to your hero. So in the original version, like this card doesn't have Rush, but in Runeterra all cards have Rush. But if this card wouldn't have Rush, it would be kind of useless. So I needed to include that this minion has Rush. You play this minion only when you are guaranteed to play him. He kills an enemy minion and he is fully healed and you restore 2 health to your hero. But that's not where the power of this card is. The power is that it's really hard to remove this minion, because if your opponent has a lot of, for example, a Paladin, he has a lot of like cheap minions, and if they would attack Harass and Harass would kill those minions, he would always fully heal himself. So he's really hard to kill. You need to have a big attack minion or with a spell to kill him. 5 mana 4/7, good stats for the cost. You have Rush, you kill a minion, you restore 2 health to your hero, and it's really sticky minion. It's something like the legendary for warrior, I can't remember the name, Rattleglore, yeah, Rattleglore, where you resummon. It was a really sticky minion, and this is kind of a cheaper version of it. It is hard to deal with, but if you have, for example, if you're playing a hand lock, you play the 8/8 giant, you can kill it, so it's no problem. So it has its downsides, but it's not a terrible card. So I think 3 out of 5 stars is a good rating. But of course, tell me in the comment section about any of these cards, what do you think? But I think this is a 3 out of 5 stars for warrior. Next, we have Misfortune, a 3 mana 4/4 pirate, legendary for rogue. When I attack, deal 1 damage to all enemies 3 times. So now that rogue has a lot of pirate synergies, I think this could be really strong, but the downside is you need to play Misfortune on turn 3 and she needs to survive so she then can attack. But when she attacks, she basically wipes the board. It's like if you play Table Flip for Warlock. That's basically the thing, like what does it do? So you deal 3 damage to all enemies, which is really powerful. Now, this is the problem. Can Rogue manage to make Misfortune alive for another turn? I think that it is possible, but if she survives, you just wipe your opponent's board, and it's really hard for your opponent, because your opponent plays a minion, let's say on turn 5, a lot of minions, and then you attack with Misfortune and all of them are gone. So if you are unable to kill Misfortune, you will have a really hard time unless you have like a spell to kill her. I think this is a really strong card. Not really sure if Rogue has anything like give your minions rush or something like this, because if she would have, this would be broken. But I think Misfortune would be really strong, like 3 mana 4/4, very good stats, and also a very strong effect. I honestly think that Misfortune, it's hard to tell. I think it's a 3 out of 5 stars, because I believe she won't survive that long. But she is a pirate, so you could play the Shoplifter legendary, you would play Misfortune, and she would like get a copy of herself and attack. And that would be really strong. So maybe with this combo with the Shoplifter, I don't know the name of that card, I just know it's a Shoplifter something, it would be really strong. So you know what, I think it's a 4 out of 5 stars, because there is this combo that you can use, which I forgot that exists. So I think it's a 4 out of 5 stars for Rogue. Next, we have Lissandra, a 3 mana 3/4 undead for Death Knight. Your hero takes 1 less damage from all sources. Let's just begin with the thing that this is an opposite effect of the Void Touch Attendant, a 1 mana 1/3, both heroes takes 1 extra damage from all sources. So this is kind of like an opposite version, but it would be really unfair not to mention that in Runeterra, Lissandra has a whole package of summoning dormant 8/8 giants, which then like they awaken, and she has a lot of cards that make them like proc the dormant effect more times, so they awaken earlier. But you would need to have the whole packaging to be able to say that Lissandra is good. So let's just say that Lissandra doesn't have this packaging, and instead her effect would be Battle Cry. For the rest of the game, your hero takes 1 less damage from all sources. So that would be her effect. Let's say that it's a Battle Cry, you put her down, and for the rest of the game your hero takes 1 less damage. Because this would be very weak. It would be like you can just take care of Lissandra and it's gone. But let's talk about the effect that it's a Battle Cry, because it would be fair, because she like this is more of a side effect in Runeterra, that your hero or Nexus takes 1 less damage from all sources. So this would be a Battle Cry effect. Once she's down, this effect will be for the rest of the game. And for Death Knight, I think this could be really strong. For example, against the aggressive decks like Hunter, Paladin, this would be a really strong card. So if Lissandra would be added to the game and her effect would be the Battle Cry for the rest of the game, your hero takes 1 less damage from all sources. I think that with no runes, of course, there's nothing like runes in Runeterra, I think that she would be a very solid 3 out of 5 stars card. I wanted to give her more, but even if your hero takes 1 less damage from all sources, it's not like, it is really good effect, but it's nothing like meta breaking or nothing like in the previous card Misfortune, where you could proc her effect and just destroy your opponent. This is a strong effect, but I think that yes, it would be nearly in every single Death Knight deck, but it's nothing too broken, because you take just 1 less damage from all sources. Of course, if your opponent, for example, would play, at least now it's not there, the Astalor or Cthulhu the Shattered, she would, like your hero would take 0 damage because it's dealt 1 damage by 1. Oh yeah, actually, you know what, it's a 4 out of 5 star card, because Shaman has the Tentacles, where the only Tentacle spell is the one that deals 10 damage randomly split among all enemies, and it would like cancel this effect. So yeah, I think Lissandra is a 4 out of 5 stars in Hearthstone. And last but not least, we have my favorite legendary, Viego, a 6 mana 7/6. At the start of each turn, steal the strongest enemy minion for that turn. If it's a legendary minion, destroy it instead. So how this works is that you play him, and at the start of each turn, so when you end your turn, your opponent starts, you steal their strongest minion. It's like the strongest means the one with the highest attack, and if there would be more with the highest attack, then the one who has also the highest health. You steal it, and it's a friendly minion for that turn. If they are unable to, like, if you would steal a taunt minion, they need to kill the taunt minion, and then your turn starts, and you steal another. Like, you always steal a minion from your opponent, which is the strongest minion. What is really beautiful is the second sentence. If it's a legendary minion, destroy it instead. So if your opponent has, let's say, Wheel of Death, and they play Fanatim, you just destroy Fanatim for 6 mana. Very strong card. How good would it be? It's a demon. That's an important thing. Like, there's nothing like demons, but it needs to be demon, because I really think the new archetype of Nemzi, where you draw demons and summon them, could work, and Viego could help it a lot. So you would play it only in these like demon decks. I think Viego in these demons deck would be, you know what, 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, I think it's a 4 out of 5 stars card. And yeah, honestly, this is a strong effect, but always you can like destroy it somehow. But you always get the effect of stealing an enemy minion or destroying your opponent's strongest legendary minion, which is really strong. And there is like a video where I'm talking about Viego. I think this is a really good clip that every one of you should watch about Viego. Still play it, even though it might not be the best. I love him a lot.
Yeah, I also love the Viego art a lot. That used to be my profile picture of my channel back in the day when I started off.
I am saying, I think that's one of the best arts that both games have. Like,
but yeah, definitely fun.
so yeah, if you want to check out another custom cards like this video, click the video on your screen. There I transformed iconic Runeterra Hearthstone cards into Runeterra, and it was a lot of fun discussing with Legend. Of course, check out his part of the video. I really like it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned, my friends.